displeasure, I guess. You know that I'm not a fan of the government owning properties, especially tax-producing land in our downtown. And while the city owning this property makes it a valuable paper asset, it really removes the possibility for some time in this case, forever probably, of it being a tax-paying entity again. And I guess the city owning another parking lot at the same time that we're discussing the opportunity to unload the rest of our parking lots and get them into private hands leads me to believe that this maybe is a decision that is not the right thing to be doing for the city or for the taxpayers.
At least for this time.
Well, I think
Possibly at this time.
Yeah.
I think there are a number of strategic ideas and action plans that need to be considered. The muni, the use of the muni being one of them, and how that ties in with a library, how that may affect a library location. Just a bunch of things. You know, the EDAs. What are the EDA's options as far as using that other corner? And you know, I know that we've heard snippets of things, but we don't have a real solid plan yet. And I'm reluctant to support just this willy-nilly buying up of properties in the downtown area. And I understand it's not necessarily willy-nilly to somebody because somebody has an idea. But at the same time, there are other businesses in the downtown that probably would appreciate being bought out so that they didn't have to consider recovering from the loan or recovering from the flood damage, trying to rebuild a business. You know, everybody's under a lot of stress. I think to Steve's question earlier about the assessment, why this angst right now, and I think it's an accumulative effect that people are feeling when the flood happened. The bills started coming on. The economy took a dump on us, and small towns are hurting as much as anything. And as hard as we've tried, many of the ideas, many of the projects that we would like to do aren't coming to fruition. And so we're not seeing the economic growth that we really need to have to pay for these kinds of expenditures. I really don't want to dump this on the backs of the citizens. Any more? Go ahead.
I have a question, particularly Jim. How much effort has the EDA gone to try to find a replacement for Terry?
Well, there was conversation, I wasn't involved in that, Terry, but I think after the flood, there was conversation around the relocation of York because we don't allow kill in town. So when you're looking for future successor of that, there was looking at bringing it out to the development, or out to the business development site so that we could allow that and then maybe assist in future resale or successor of this business. Then, if I remember, your comment was you didn't want to do the additional capital needs that were required to make that adjustment out there, so then you stay where you're at there. So there was that effort in past then to try and assist to relocate to improve
bad thing.
his potential future sale of it.
Yeah.
Now, as of the last year, I mean, I don't know. I don't see the EDA as a business broker, so I mean, I'm not. We're not out there looking for a
Replacement?
replacement from that sense. But my understanding understanding, that is a big issue in the successor of your business, not being able to kill, just simply to have
Yes, no.
no.
Yeah, not the way I sit. Because I brought that business up,
Without
doing it. And why do we do it? Because farmers want us to be on the farm to do it. We get calls from all over. We were up to Rochester today. Go ahead.
Oh, you were up to Rochester to ask about,
No, we were up to Rochester for a slaughter up there today.
oh,
We travel all over because people want this
facilities.
service. Yeah. They don't want to haul their animals, you know. So this is, I'm gonna argue that one. That's up. We don't, if I was to build another one,
Your opinion, that's a wash.
yes. If I was to build another one, I would, because that would draw in more business. There are people that just don't want that on the farm either. But we're the last of the Mohicans down here that do, I'm the only one in the southern state of Minnesota that has this on-farm license. That's it.
No, I visited Harmony today, and I talked to the Mike Aiden over there.
Yes,
Very interesting fellow,
yes.
and he said that on occasion, they deal with the farmers or whomever that wants slaughter. If they do it on the farm so that most of the blood and the entrails, whatnot, gets taken care of there, then they can haul that into his outfit, and they'll cut it up. Have you ever thought about doing that? Or having the farmer or whomever to butcher up there and then haul it into you to
I have
cut
one
it?
coming in tomorrow. Yeah. Not that many farmers want to deal with it. I mean, they can, but a lot of farmers don't want to do it. They'd rather have, haul it in somewhere or have us people do it.
See, so what they do to take care of the blood and all the other issues, that they have barrels where all that stuff goes in there, and then they call a rendering truck to come in once, maybe twice a week to haul that out. And they have a tank or something for the blood. So there's very little that goes into the sewer system, is what he said.
Which is costly. You'd ask him how much it costs.
I didn't. That was one of the questions that I said I might have called back later.
But in answer to your question, other than that discussion, as of, the last year, no, we've not been out brokering for him.
Now then, I have another question. What about this other person? I don't know if I should mention his name or not, but that if he got some assistance from the EDA, he might be willing to take over your place.
Has anybody approached the EDA at all, Jim?
The difficulty there is, we've already got a lot of EDA money wrapped up in the existing business. Now we're gonna put more into someone else.
At least for somebody to keep the business going in town.
I'm just saying, we talk about government being involved in all of this stuff. Is the council comfortable with doubling down on a private venture like that?
I would want
That
to.
But
would
that has not been brought to
potentially
the-
be a reloan or a use of the repaid
Existing.
loans, wouldn't it?
Well, I think we'd want the two that are on right now, they'd have to be satisfied with the sale.
And then go
And
to
then
a
you'd have to issue a new one
new one.
on the basis of the work plan, business plan of the new.
Unless it's
There's
the
a
new
term
order.
loan and a revolving loan, so there's two types of loans already.
I'm not saying it's out of the question, I'm just asking philosophically.
Well, I'd like to table this until the next meeting.
I don't believe we can table it, we have to do this right now.
The money, the
Kathy.
availability of the grant is to
I thought it was the end of
December.
Yeah.
No, the deal has to be done, right?
Money has to be
Yeah, the money has to
The
be
money has to
done.
be drawn by the end
I
of
mean,
this
this
year.
is, we're kind of past the 11th
By
hour
the
at
end
this
of
point.
December.
So